the soybean industry and the pork industry have been fantastic partners.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the State of Soy. I'm Aaron Putsey. We are here at the World Pork Expo and I'm visiting with Bryan Humphreys. Bryan serves as CEO of the National Pork Producers Council, and again, what a show.
Absolutely, expecting about 10,000 people from all around the world on a beautiful and gorgeous day here in Des Moines, Iowa, as folks come together to talk about the pork industry, but all the opportunities that exist as well.
So let's dive in. So you're a native Southeast Iowa, Columbus Junction,
Yep.
a lot of experience. Let's just set the numbers for us. Give us the state of the U.S. pork industry.
So we finish out about north of 120 million pigs a year. We supply about $8.6 billion worth of exports around the globe. There's roughly 60,000 pork producers and hundreds of thousands of jobs around the country, all the way through the food system. At the end of the day, what the American consumer cares about is that we're converting that soybean meal into a delicious bacon product for the American consumer.
So you're really good, Bryan. So as people and viewers can see, we've got U.S. soy right between our shot here, and it's great to see these two industries work so closely together, because soybean meal, about 20% of it domestically produced, goes to the U.S. pig industry. What would the U.S. soybean farmer, the Iowa soybean farmer, want to know about the industry and where it's going?
There's certainly some challenges that we face, but certainly tremendous upside. As you have a growing middle class worldwide, one of the first things, as you know, they want is protein. And pork remains the most widely consumed protein in the entire world. And so as we look at these trade agreements and things going on in DC and around the world now, and the potential access and availability of that product, a tremendous opportunity for the American pork producer, and with that, the American soybean and corn growers as well.
On the international trade side, talk to me about market potential. Where do you see opportunities for growth to really move more of this high quality product that U.S. farmers produce?
When we look on the global scale, though, we look to countries like Vietnam, we look to Taiwan, the Philippines, and even places like South Africa, just tremendous potential, and high pork consuming countries as well. But we also don't want to forget the customers and the context that we have built so far. We have been tremendously fortunate in the pork industry through Central and Latin America, and even a bit into South America with Colombia and Panama and Mexico, and tremendous partnerships there as we help to fill in a need there globally, and just, again, tremendous opportunity.
I heard you speak recently at a risk management summit here in Des Moines, and you spoke to the issues of Prop 12 in particular, and walk us through the impact that has had on the pork industry and what you're doing about it.
Yeah, the bottom line is it's the uncertainty. And yes, uncertainty for the American pork producer, but it's the uncertainty for the American consumer. Because of Proposition 12 in the state of California, pork loin prices have gone up 41%. 41%. I can't fathom that in any other part of the society where we would accept that. What California has done is regulate outside their borders. In order to sell into California, American pork producers have to meet their arbitrary standards. No science, no input from farmers, just this is what we want, and you can't sell anything in here that doesn't match it. And if that continues, how is the American pork producer to comply with that? And let's take it a step further to your folks. While it was Proposition 12 on animal housing in California to start, what has essentially happened is California said, we're going to regulate everywhere on every product, and that will impact every American farmer, including soybean farmers across the country, as other states say, well, maybe we don't want this, or maybe we don't want this, without any science or any background to it. And we've asked Congress to step in. Interstate commerce has always been the jurisdiction of the federal government. All we are asking is for Congress to say states can't regulate outside their border. And as a states' rights person, I don't understand why we would accept California telling the rest of the country what to do. Iowa farmers should not be told what to do by California. I think we can all agree on that.
We can, and it's why the U.S. soybean industry has been so behind and involved in your efforts on that front.
You all have been fantastic partners, whether it is on trade or it's on research and development or things like Proposition 12 or this MAHA discussion. The soybean industry and the livestock industry, and specifically for the pork industry, truly appreciate the partnership and the willingness to collaborate and work together.
Well, Bryan, thank you for welcoming us here to this year's World Pork Expo. And you know, Iowa #1 in pork, #2 in soybeans. It's a tremendous 1-2 punch benefiting this country and customers worldwide. Reporting for this edition of the State of Soy, I'm Aaron Putsey.
Do you remember when you first believed? that anything was possible. Do you remember when you had doubt? Obstacles you couldn't overcome? Do you remember when you pushed through the pain and refused to quit? Remember, He created you for this.